soon as Maharani Saraswati played the veena, the palace trembled, and the ground cracked. The sky turned black, and from the mist, shadowy ghost riders with glowing red eyes emerged. These were the warriors of Narakapura, the cursed underworld. They galloped through Indrapura, burning villages and destroying temples. The royal advisor, who had secretly wished for the kingdom's downfall, smirked in the shadows. What's this veena? What's the story of this curse? Long ago, in the kingdom of Indrapura, prosperity flourished under the rule of Maharaj Vikrant. It was a land blessed with rivers, fertile fields, and towering mountains. Atop one of these mountains stood the Anantashila temple, where the divine veena, Divya Sangita, lay enshrined. It was believed that the veena was a celestial gift. Its music could heal, bring peace, and bless the land. But it was also warned that if played with impure intentions, it would bring destruction. As years passed, Maharaj Vikrant, in his quest for more power, became restless. He believed that if he possessed the veena, its divine music would make him invincible. Ignoring the warnings of the temple priests, he rode to Anantashila temple with his guards and seized the sacred instrument. The head priest fell to his knees and pleaded, "Your Majesty, this veena is not meant for mortal hands. If it is played outside the temple, the gods will turn their backs on Indrapura." But the king, blinded by ambition, took the veena back to his palace. The moment he touched its strings, a deep rumble echoed through the land. Dark clouds gathered, and an icy wind blew through the kingdom. The priests lowered their heads. The curse had begun. Later, Raja married Princess Saraswati, who was not only a wise queen but also a gifted musician. Many years passed, and Maharaj Vikrant fell gravely ill. No physician in the land could heal him. The people whispered that the kingdom itself was suffering because of the veena's curse. Queen Sarawati had once played the veena in the temple as an offering to the gods. She believed that if she played it with a pure heart, it might heal her husband. Ignoring the warnings of the royal priests, she sat before the veena in the grand balcony of the palace atop the mountains. As the first note left the strings, a golden light filled the air, but so did a chilling darkness. As soon as Maharani Saraswati played the veena, the palace trembled and the ground cracked. The royal advisor, who had secretly wished for the kingdom's downfall, smirked in the shadows. The sky turned black, and from the mist, shadowy ghost riders with glowing red eyes emerged. These were the warriors of Narakapura, the cursed underworld. They galloped through Indrapura, burning villages and destroying temples. The kingdom that had once flourished was now in chaos. Saraswati realized her mistake. The curse was not just on the king, but on the entire kingdom. The veena, once a blessing, had become a weapon of destruction. Though terrified, Maharani Saraswati knew that music had both the power to destroy and the power to heal. With tears in her eyes, she began playing a final melody, one filled with love, not sorrow. She poured her heart into the veena, praying for forgiveness. A golden light burst from the instrument, pushing back the ghostly riders. The darkness fought back, but the queen played on, her fingers moving faster. The palace crumbled, and Indrapura was lost in flames and ashes. When the last note faded, all was silent. The heavens opened, and from the sky descended a divine presence. Devi Ananta, the goddess of wisdom and music. Moved by the queen's sacrifice and love, the goddess raised her hand, and a golden light covered the kingdom. The palace rose again, the rivers flowed once more, and the people returned to their homes unharmed. Maharaj Vikrant, who had collapsed in his chambers, awoke, his health fully restored. The goddess spoke, "Let this be a lesson, O king. Music is not for power, it is for devotion and love. Return the veena to where it belongs." Maharaj Vikrant bowed his head in shame. Realizing his mistakes, Maharaj Vikrant and Maharani Saraswati led a grand procession back to the Anantashila temple. Dressed in royal attire, they carried the Divya Sangita Veena with great reverence. The temple priests welcomed them, and in a magnificent ceremony, the Veena was placed back on its sacred pedestal. The sky cleared, and a celestial voice whispered through the wind. Indrapura was finally at peace. As Maharaj Vikrant and Maharani Saraswati stood together, looking over their reborn kingdom, they realized that true power was not in possession, but in humility, love, and devotion. And so, the legend of Divya Sangita, the cursed Veena of Indrapura, was passed down through generations. A story of greed, loss, love, and redemption.